for granted. Say time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me. Better believe in your mind, cause it's everything. You can mold, shape, find almost anything. All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stare. Just look it up. Don't stare. I'm so gone, no I'm never turning back. I won't stop, I'ma fight until there's nothing left. It's so on, you're gonna be hurting bad. Cause I've been to hell and back. You don't wanna make me mad. I stay strong, you will never see me crack. And if you get in my way, you're gonna feel the wrath. Gotta say it to my face while he's looking back. Mirror breaks after math, when I hate I attack. And when I feel like this, I'm immortal. 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 Don't stare. Just look it up. Don't love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no...
Welcome back at the lab. I'm Shibaka. With me is Oleg. We got no Hi with us this week, so you guys are going to have to make do with us. Hi is valiantly donating marrow to the victims of Army Hammer's crimes. So keep him in your thoughts and prayers, everybody. I think we should be all set and ready. This week we're going to be at Long Beach Street Circuit. We got a pretty deep field. We got 20 racers today going for those 15-point spots. So I think it should be a good qualifier, a good race. If everybody can just stay off those walls. They're kind of made of duct tape tonight.
Yeah, there's a glue trap out there. But yeah, as long as people are patient, well, hopefully it won't be too bad, right?
Well, they'll probably be better racing than we will be on the booth, that's for sure.
Hopefully. We hope that for, yeah. At least one part will be entertainment.
It'll all be entertaining if everybody just drinks enough. That's the important part.
Yeah.
I'm ready for Thirsty Thursdays. So we got points total update coming in for this week. Let me see what we got here. Top row coming in, as always, we've got the ever-expected VKR. He's coming in with 139. Quaz is coming in with 128 in second place. Bearded's coming in third at 92. I think, what is the points differential for those top spots? Is this statistically locked up at this point, or
well, no.
Quaz or potentially Bearded make a run at this?
Oh, it's all technically all in the points. 50 points is up for grabs if you win both the races. It's 25 points per race.
Oh yeah, it's all up for grabs then. Okay, so then yeah, we've got Bearded, we got Ben at 84 points. Kong was 70, tied up there with Boozy with 69. We got Andrew with 65 points, and then we got quite a gap. Wow, it's is that 7th through 12th or 13th is all within about 15 points. It looks like that last place driver. I don't think I'm going to be picking up any points this week with my measly 1 point there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm moving up from my 10th spot. Probably moving down, really.
Nice. Okay, let's see. What's it's VK. Oh, VK is just sitting there. He's not going to let us observe his lap. He's just going to twitch his tires there.
Yeah, that stream's still not up. But do you want to go through the track preview really quickly? This track preview was.
Oh yeah, were we lucky enough to get one?
Yeah, we are. This one was brought to you by VKR. I believe it is the 126. Oh, VKR beat it in quality today.
Yeah, it still looks like he's the only one that's dipped down to the 120 so far, but it looks like Quads or Bearded might have a pretty solid shot at it if there's some drafting going on.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the second race. But we are just reversing the top of the race just to be a little more sane out there.
That should, I mean, I was going to say that should cut down the carnage a little bit, but given how tight this track is, how few the passing opportunities, how much people want points at the end of the season, and how duct tape these walls are, I don't think we're going to avoid the carnage either way. I think it's just a matter of who can kind of be most consistent over the. Have we figured out a lap total for this race yet?
15 laps.
15 laps. Okay. So yeah, that gives a fair bit of. It's a short lap then. It's a short lap.
We will join Paul in just a second. Maybe not perfect lap, but.
I mean, yeah, it's all from about 120 to 125 is everybody that's put in more than a lap or two.
That's a better commentary. Okay, well now we're switching to the quali in progress. VKR is first. Quaz half a second. Yep. Otherwise, it looks pretty close from 3 to, let's say, 9th, and then 9th through 15th as well, pretty close.
Then again, I'm not really sure that even the gap of a second and a half is going to matter much when people are having to get packed up into traffic. In each of those corners, it's going to get really tight, especially that hairpin and the long left-hander before that hairpin.
That's true, but that's why quality really matters right now, right? I mean, if you're out and up ahead, as long as you don't have to pass anybody, you're probably keeping your position.
So who do you think of the wild cards tonight? I mean, yeah, we're going to see VKR at the top. We're going to see Quaz. We're going to see Bearded. Who do you think might end up at the top of this chart just that we might not see otherwise just because they're able to pick their way through the cars?
I think F1 could have a good race. Maybe Devin. I mean, I haven't really been keeping track of practice laps, so I'm not really sure, but who are our patient drivers?
Andrew. I'm thinking Andrew's going to come in with some patience on this one. He's been putting in some practice laps, and he's just in that outside of podium range there. So if there's a wreck in the top, I think he could kind of take advantage of that and see what he could scavenge from that.
That's a pretty valid point. Let's move to the grid here. Let's see. Yep. Those guys.
Kilo's also been on a run lately too.
He really has been.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, I think you're right. One accident could really stop anybody's, momentum.
Somebody gets caught up on one of the corners of those transitions, and it could easily be 3, 4, 5 cars with no place to go.
So
But it's Long Beach traffic, so I mean, so here's the question: does Jay Styles, the LA native, does he have the edge just because this is Long Beach?
That's a good question. I mean, he knows the brutal LA traffic, so he might be able to bump his way out of it, right?
I don't know. I think you know what we were talking about. People that might come in and surprise. I think Jay could come in near podium this week as well. He's kind of sitting on that same. Well, look, and so look, now Andrew's moved up to 5th in qualifying. I think Andrew's trying to make a serious run at points tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see. Any
You like everybody's still being pretty cautious though. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that was a lot of room Andrew gave off that apex right there, off of his left-hand wheel.
True. I mean, there's 4 minutes left. I guess now's the time to push, right? You kind of set what you have, and you hoping you can just get that extra half a second somewhere.
You know, another one that I'm kind of surprised to see down on the table a little bit is Riot. Usually he's coming in a little bit higher in qualifier, and I think he could be another one that we end up seeing a little bit higher than he starts.
That's a valid point. Yeah, how's his lap doing? I don't know how much practice he got this week. That could be a.
This is one of those tracks where everybody's really got to put in a lot of practice hours.
Yeah, I think we'll quickly see who's practicing, who hasn't.
Or at least who's lucky and who isn't.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's definitely gonna be both, right?
So we got about just under 4 minutes left. So if somebody has not put in a good qualifying lap, this is about their last chance to get out, put in an out lap, and then what's going on here? Right, was
Being a little
doing
nice.
something. Yeah, I think maybe he was trying to make some room to start a first pitch on his last lap here. I feel like the two sides of that livery were kind of at odds with each other. One was telling me to keep calm, and the other one just screamed out emergency in red, and I don't think that those match. It's like coffee and cannabis, really, though, so maybe it does match.
Yeah, I guess some of the top field is already in pits. Andrew's the last one, I think, out. Ooh, P-Man gets to 4th.
Oh, wow. I wonder if he's put in some time this week.
I believe he has.
You know what else I'm noticing, and really it's not something you can see on the screen here, but just looking at the live timing pages, we got really consistent ping times this week. I mean, normally it would be pretty good, but there's nobody here over 100. And I think that's going to be a good thing with this week and how tight it's going to be. Oh, Andrew clipped a wall there. Or was he just trying to come to a stop out of people's way?
Yeah, I don't know. That wasn't gonna. Didn't really notice that one.
You know, I'm kind of partial, but then, you know, commentator's curse, I started talking about it, and I was going to say I kind of like Boozy's Nürburgring livery. Really a big fan of that one. That little frosted effect.
That was quite nice.
You know, it's not the apexes, it's the outside turnout of these. That's where people are going to catch the walls.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to push just a little too hard. Okay, well, we got a minute 30 left.
Yeah, who do you want to speak to in the break that's coming up?
You know what? You're setting up the production stream tonight. Your choice. We can always mess with people, but you know who we mess with is the important part.
Valid point. Let's
Full bearded in there.
Yeah, I think maybe talk bearded. Let's see, maybe Andrew or BC. Because it'd be interesting to talk to everybody from the top 3, the mid pack, and then the third tier. Let's put it that way. It looks like there's the 1 second split, the 2 second, and then 3 plus.
3 second, yeah. Let's pick somebody that's already in the pit. Who's already in the pits here?
Everybody's already in the pits. Well, let's let them finish out their laps. See if Bearded could improve.
You know what? Jay's in the pits, and even if he's not, I really don't care. I'm gonna pull Jay in the booth here. Let's see what he's got to say.
Sounds good.
What's going on, Jay? You're in the booth.
Oh yeah, nice.
You are. So you're coming in ninth. What do you think? Are you gonna try and hang back from this first corner, or are you just gonna push up and see what happens?
I'm just gonna hang around. I'm not gonna try to change my line too much. I'm just gonna try to keep it straight, and whatever happens around me, it'll get settled down like later.
Where do you think you're coming in tonight? Predictions.
Probably around 9th, 8th.
Me and Shu were talking as a LA native. You more familiar with this traffic that you're gonna hit today?
Yeah. So I actually saw this track in person with my buddy Jensen. So we saw the
Shout out Jensen.
Yeah. Shout out Jensen. We saw IndyCar practice here, practice 3 here. Pretty crazy track. Pretty fun. Yeah, there's a lot of traffic though. To answer your question.
All right, sounds good, Jay. We wish you the best of luck. We'll try not to screw you up too much by.
Yeah, no commentators curse, please. Don't talk about me.
No promises.
Yeah, we're gonna drop you back in. Good race, man.
All right, thank you. See ya.
Who would you like to speak to next?
I don't know, how long do we have before the? Oh, we still got a bunch of time.
Yeah.
I don't know. See, we got to manufacture controversy. That's the whole thing. We got to get people to start doing a little rivalry trash talking.
Let's get Kilo in here because I think he has.
Here we go. Yes. I'll pull him in here. Kilo, you're in the booth for streaming.
Hello.
Don't
Hello.
swear, but you're welcome to say anything you want about Beard and his grooming habits.
I just think, they could be a little bit better. I still think that he looks really fine, so.
Did you say fun or fine?
Fine.
I mean, either is true.
Fine.
Okay.
Super fine.
So you're making a good showing with qualifier this week. Are you aiming for a podium?
I'm hoping top 10. I'm gonna give myself. Of course, I'd love a podium, but there's a whole bunch of fast people in front of me. So, but I think the key to finishing good is just being consistent, just being patient. These walls on this track, they just, once you hit it with your car, you get really, it really messes you up. So you just gotta be cautious and safe. And so, I think how qualifying is how it might finish. So, but we'll see. A whole bunch of
Not a
fast
lot
people
of
up front.
passing opportunities.
I think on the straights and some of the corners and stuff like that. But again, it's just like being really careful and cautious and stuff.
Yeah. Well, if there's one thing that sim racers are known for, it's being really cautious. So
Yeah,
this
for
will
sure,
probably end up
exactly.
just fine.
Yeah, it's going to be totally 100% fine.
Awesome. Okay, well then I'm going to go ahead and throw you back in there for the race. Have a good race, and
Thank you so much. You guys have a
we'll
great one.
see you afterwards.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, nobody's going to be cautious. People are just going to start throwing it in. This is going to be fun. I think this is going to be a event that's better witnessed from the outside.
And we are on the grid. How much time we got? We got 3 minutes, so let's get should we get Riot in here?
Say again?
Should we get Riot in here?
Oh yeah, bring him in here. Riot, you're in the booth. I don't know if you just heard there's a whole bunch of trash talking going on. It may or may not have involved you. It actually didn't, but I'm trying to manufacture controversy, so how do you respond to that?
You know what? I'm Captain Slow this week. I'm taking over your title. So glad you're in the booth.
Hell yeah. Wear it with pride. Wear it with pride.
I will.
What's your prediction coming into this race here?
EKR, Quaz, Bearded wrecks out and lap. If he doesn't wreck out in the first lap, he's going to wreck out in the last lap.
How many laps do you think Bearded's going to get overtaken on? Like, do you think most of the field's going to lap him, or?
Over lap Bearded?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's gonna lap Bearded, but
Hey
yeah.
man, not with that attitude. That's okay.
I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be a good race. I mean, that's for sure. I'm just worried about all the, this track with the turns and or the walls and everything. It's gonna be a shit show. So
It's narrow.
I don't
It's
know.
real narrow. I mean, I'm looking at the lineup on the grid, and there's really not a bunch of room around you guys as you sit, let alone at speed.
Yeah, I just gave the talk. Like, if you hit a wall, just stay on your brakes until there's a opening. Because if you start doing stuff, you're unpredictable. You're just gonna mess everybody else up. That's not fair. So.
Okay. Well, we're going to drop you back in there so you can get started. Have a good race. Good luck to you, and we'll see you on the other side.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, what do we got? A minute left here. Yeah,
let them get their thoughts in order. I think.
Oh yeah. No, we can't pull anybody. Well, I'd say we pulled Jay just to mess with him again because he said he was fair game after last week. But yeah, no, I think that at this point, it's just a matter of seeing where it shakes out. Picking a good view for the start there.
Yeah. Once I figure out how to do it.
Yeah, we can't all be high. Well, I mean, some of us are, but we can't be the good high that's here with us most weeks and being much more witty than we are.
You should hopefully be back next week to correct this great mistake that we're gonna do soon.
Well, it's kind of like.
Oh, and the
like,
lights of
we going? We going?
10 seconds.
I wonder if there's anybody on the grid right now that's sitting there realizing that they're still on a qualifier gas.
Ooh, that's an interesting one. And we're off. Oh, Quaz with a
Ooh.
good Quaz.
Start.
Good start from Quaz.
VKR tucked right in behind.
I mean, that's all you can do.
It's a good thing that there's kind of a rundown before we get to this first left-hander.
Ooh, my bad.
Ooh, right. It was a deep braking there. He's moving up some spots.
Oh, there's...
Ooh. Some fender to fender there. So it looks like everybody's pretty much sorted down. Oh, we had a crash at the back there. I'm not sure exactly what happened. We had it looks like about 8th spot, 8th place. Let's see if we can figure out what happened with that one later, but at this point it looks like the leaders are pretty much filed down into a single file line here. We're not getting too much jostling. We probably won't from these guys. These guys will pick their passes.
Yeah, but I guess it depends how much time they get left, right? It's you can be patient for 10 laps, right? After 10 laps, it's kind of start feeling the pressure.
Yeah, especially on short laps like this, when you see those tick away so fast. Okay, let's see what happens as we come up to this first hairpin. Is this gonna go the hairpin for the first time? It looks like people are pretty much sorting themselves out. And, it wouldn't be the first lap of a back at the lab race without a little bit of an incident, but it seems like pretty much everybody's packed themselves out. We're into a pretty good file line all the way down. There's no big gaps time-wise. VKRs looks like he's really getting tight up on Quaz. Man, these are just really fast laps. You really don't have any time to set up before the next lap comes around.
No, it is. You're right.
Oh, looks like we've got another event right there. We'll have to see what happened at the back of the field.
Let's see who else we got that's pretty close here.
Honestly, it looks like down through about 16th, the whole pack is pretty close. Yeah, Boozy's within a second. Everybody's within a little bit. Ooh, Kilo looks like he's getting ready to make some moves here.
Oh, we had our first GNF by Nick Rojas.
Oh, it's unfortunate. So we can find out what happened there later. Yeah, it doesn't look like Boosie's making much effort or making much headway trying to get away there.
No. But he also, you know, it's when you're in the front, it's makes more sense to take it easy.
Ooh, Ben's sneaking up quick from behind. Let's pull back one car to Ben and see if we can see what's going on from this 3 train. Yeah, let's see what happens here, because there's going to be some tight corners coming through here, and I think all 3 of these drivers have some pretty serious impotence to get some points tonight.
Oh.
And all 3 of them are pretty serious about holding their foot down through a challenge, so this could be good. We're starting to spread out a little bit at the back. Ooh, and then looks like Jay's making an attempt at Ben too. Yeah, this is pretty close back through a whole bunch of cars. And we're already almost a third of the way through the race.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to still hold by my assertion that, looks like we've had an incident there. P-Man dropped a couple of spots. Andrew and Boozy moving up a spot. VKR is putting some serious pressure on Quads through that corner. If he had to adjust his line at all, there was going to be an opening there, it looked like. A little correction for Boozy. Lost a little room. See, yeah, Andrew's moved up to 4th. I think Andrew's going to take a run at some consistency points tonight.
Yeah. Trying to get my modes in here and see what they do. That stops. That's laps.
Bear with us. Yeah, like we said, we are not high, or at least not the high that's good at OBS and streaming and all that kind of stuff that we're lucky enough to have him do for us week in and week out. But, you know, PTO laws are what they are, so we do have to give him some time off.
Okay, so this is what we want. This is the...
There's our relative timing mode.
I guess this is relative to the driver. Oh, we totally missed the VKR to...
A VKR pass. Although it looks like Quaz is still not giving him the room too easily. I mean, it is only lap 5 of 15. There could be quite a few position changes, especially because from what I was talking to, actually I don't remember which driver I was talking to now, but they were saying that the tire degradation around lap 15 is pretty heavy just because there's so many switch backs and forths. So we're getting a lot of tire wear, so these little mistakes could get compounded more and more as the drivers go through lap 15, 10, 10, 15, all the way up through 15.
Alright, I give up. I don't know.
You just want to look at the broadcast van, which it's fantastic. MinMax did a fantastic job on that van. In fact, speaking of the liveries, I'm really curious to see what liveries people are coming up with next for next season. I've seen a couple of things that people are working on, and I'm really excited to see how they come up onto the track. If anybody is listening, and there's always the liveries channel at the back of the lab Discord.
Ooh,
whoa!
Easy.
Boozy just caught that one hard. Dropped down to 11th. You hate to see it. At least I hadn't said his name lately, so you know it wasn't me. Yeah, if like I was saying, back at the back of the lab Discord, we do have the liveries channel. So there's some tutorials and stuff, and you can kind of see what we're talking about as far as all these liveries that the drivers are making. Most of these are made by the drivers themselves. Some of us, bribe MinMax with stuff to make liveries for us. Yeah, that VKR quads gap is still really tight.
It's like a second.
Yeah, it copped it down to a minute ago.
I think P-Man and Andrew might be having a good battle here.
You know, Andrew's had a terrible string of luck in the last couple of races. He's been in incidents, as far as I could tell, just kind of derailed his race that there wasn't really anything he could do well about.
Yeah. Sometimes you get a bad string of luck, huh?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Looks like Riot's picked up another couple spots. Last time I saw he was in 14th. He's now moved up to 12th.
Oh, this is actually a pretty close battle right here that we're missing.
Ooh.
Oh, Beasley's trying to come back.
Man, Kong's just right on Postal right there. Ooh. A little bit of skittering out on Postal, and Kong might be around him. Is that enough to give him the inside channel? It is.
Looks like it is, yeah.
It is. Oh, nice job, Kong, putting the move on. I like that speed limit 25 sign right there. That we were probably doing, I don't know, what, 85?
Probably, if not a little quicker. Oh, it's like the whole thing of Bathurst, right? You know, Bathurst is also technically a city road course, and it sounds like, you know, they are super strict. Cops will just chill there, just waiting for somebody to come and speed by. Because, you know, if any of you driven Bathurst, going up and down that hill is be quite fun. It'd be hard not to speed.
Oh, see, now I feel bad. In the Twitch chat, we have the real high right there, and now that it's kind of like when your teacher's looking over your shoulder while you take the test. And suddenly I'm really nervous. I got the metallic taste in my mouth. We hope we're doing your job justice, even though I know we really aren't. Ooh, who just clipped there? Is that Postal? Postal caught the inside of a wall coming out, and looks like he dropped a couple of spots. Man, let's go back up to P-Man and Andrew. It looks like they're within about half of a second of each other. Yeah, P-Man's staying tight in behind Andrew. We're just over about halfway through the race, so I imagine at this point drivers are starting to get a little
a little bit more, yeah, but
yeah, drivers are starting to probably get a little of the attention fatigue.
I'll go back to here because this one looks pretty close here too.
Ooh, yeah. And this is the battle for points range there, and the battle for reverse, because normally the entire grid is reversed for the second race. For anybody that doesn't normally watch the Back at the Lab races, this week, because of the track and how tight it is, and the I kind of had an abundance of caution. I believe it's just the top 10 spots that are being reversed.
It's
the top 15.
It's top 15.
Top 15. Okay, with the points places, that makes sense. So yeah, in addition for fighting for point spots, Nathan and Misha are also fighting for an opening grid spot in the second race. Says final grades will be received at the end of the season. I think we better run as soon as school's out. It's like the scene in Dazed and Confused where we need to get out before we get our paddling.
Oh, looks like a...
Oh, Riot's seen up on it.
Oh, Riot's gonna take that spot back? Oh, some careful driving there.
It really was from both of those drivers. That was a fantastic pass and a really nice reaction there. That's going to be a tight race for a little bit, I bet. Ooh, a little bit of a misbreak from Riot, and Boozy gets right back in front. Yeah, I'm starting to see these drivers start to slide out a whole lot more.
Yeah.
I think as the tires degrade a little bit more, and we got that attention fatigue a little bit, we're going to start seeing little compounded mistakes that are going to lead to more passes.
Go back to the battle with Riot and BZ.
No, but by the way, asking on the stream, tomorrow's race with Back at the Lab Thirsty Thursdays is F355s around the bay, so it'll be Ferraris that may not handle the best, and it'll be fun. And now that I mentioned that, I realize that Oleg, you set that one up, so I hope I'm not insulting the car of choice there.
That car's okay. It's actually doesn't handle too bad. I think it's a probably an early mid-90s GT car. So look at Jay trying to get a piece of Ben here.
Oh man, that hairpin's gonna be a tight corner every time. Yeah, and at this point, Ben's attention has got to be split because he can't be focusing on blocking off Jay and also worry about trying to get around P-Man. And he wants to get up into that spot where we can come up on this left-hander.
Ooh. And there it is.
So Ben, though, that was well executed on Ben's part, though. You hate to see P-Man drop a spot like that, but that was well pounced on. Unfortunately, Ben is going to have to worry about Jay right now because Jay is real close up on his bumper, and it looks like he's intending to make something happen there. It didn't look like P-Man lost too much pace off that, though.
No, I mean
he's right back in Jay's rearview mirror again.
Now the hunted becomes a hunter.
Yeah, right. Jay's talked himself into that middle position. Oh, he was right up on Ben's bumper coming into that apex. It's that home field advantage again, you know?
You know, that it gets
LA. Exactly. You don't drive in LA traffic without being able to get through a hairpin. And right back through the hairpin again.
I don't know.
You get really consistent launches off those each time.
I do gotta say, you almost want to be in the third position when you're doing these three-way battles. Because the two top guys are just, freaking out about each other, and they always forget about the third guy.
Well, like I said, it's hard to split your attention, and you have to kind of change up your line. If you're covering off the inside to block off P-Man, you can't try and take the outside to get the jump on Ben. Yeah, no, but you should join us tomorrow. I think tomorrow night's going to be a lot of fun. I don't think that the handling the cars necessarily equates to how much fun the races are. Otherwise nobody would ever drive a Shelby Cobra. And these mid-packs are going to be some tight battles going into the end here.
They certainly look like they will.
We've still got a tight battle for that 15th point between Devin and Postal as well. I think there's just there's a couple of spots in this race that it's gonna come down to a corner or two. Ooh, Jay almost had a little move going there. He poked his head in. Ooh, that looked like almost a drift. I don't think it was intentional. I don't know it was intentional, but he handled it well.
I gotta say, UJ2K is doing pretty well this race, too.
Oh, yeah, look at that, up into 12th.
I mean, as it stands now, Devin is going to get the last point and be in the front. Ooh,
It's going to be a tough position. That was a really nice execution to that corner there for P-Man. That was very close to the apex. Ooh, that was not. Well, that should take a little bit of pressure off Jay Styles as he can kind of come back and focus his attention on Ben B a little bit. Looks like we had another do not finish. Nathan had some maybe client troubles or just wasn't putting things together on the race.
Maybe them sticky walls.
Right. Yeah, this was going to be a punishing course for all of the drivers. And I think all the drivers knew that coming into this. I think, even as far back as the Monday practice session, everybody was kind of cognizant and knew what was going to happen if they got too close on these walls. And there was a lot of chat in the racers about, that was a contact there for Andrew.
Oh no, I think Andrew got on the gas a little too early, but...
Oh, was that what it was?
I believe so. But this could give opportunity to Kilo here. This is a long straight here. It looks like he's not gaining enough.
Try and get up. Yeah, he's not going to get up into the left, I don't think. Well, and that's kind of an example of what I was talking about. All the drivers this week, I think, were really kind of making sure that they gave a wide berth to those walls, if at all possible. And I think caution is the word of the week this week. And maybe even drivers that might be a little more aggressive generally in other weeks are taking it a little bit easy just because these walls are so dangerous.
Yeah, there's no
everyone wants to keep the points they've got.
Yeah, there's no point in shaving off half a second if you could lose 15, right? By touching the wall.
Exactly. Yeah, second race is going to be really interesting. And there's not much more time before that second race. We're into lap 14, and I think with the exception of, I don't think VKR and Quaz, I don't think we're going to have any changes there, barring a driver error on one part or the other. But there are a couple of spots in 4, 5, 6 that we might see some driver changes.
Ooh,
8, 9 might see some changes. And there's still a hair gap between. Let's go back to Misha and Devin for a second here for that 14, 15, 16, because they've been racing really close.
Devin?
Yeah, well, just both of them actually. I mean, they've both been making some really close racing the entire race. Ooh, and that was a clean pass. Gave plenty of room.
Can he stick it?
Oh, yes. Very well done, Devin. And he lines himself up for the right-hander for the hairpin. And as long as they can get on the corner, or on the throttle out of the corner, yeah. That was a well-executed pass there. But Misha's still in points range there. But let me tell you, as somebody that's at the back, I know the difference between 1 point and a couple of points can be pretty big psychologically. So I can definitely understand. Oh, it looks like Misha just put the loop on Devin. Oh, Devin spun.
Keyman really wants that 8th spot.
Yeah. He's been racing really consistently too, so. Ooh. You know, Kong can just feel that coming up out of the corner there. Oh.
Oh, that could be Kong. Probably could drop
Was there contact there?
There was a bit of contact.
Was there? Yeah, it was hard to kind of tell. Oh, looks like we got one more DNF. Which, you know, we're getting close to the point where everybody might be getting some points coming up in that second race here.
That's a good point.
I think this could definitely be. Yeah, like High said, yeah, P-Man is pushing his car to the limit tonight. He's definitely trying to get as much performance out of that car as possible. You know, it's the other thing is interesting. I always like to see what happens in these seasons when we have one locked tire choice, and it kind of forces driver to change their setup rather than just changing the tires to get the most out of the fastest tire.
Should we get one of the people that finished into the booth? Should we,
Yeah.
Should we talk to Andrew, see how he felt about that race?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull Andrew into the booth. Let me grab him here. He's finished, correct? Yes. Andrew, you're in the booth. That was a good race.
Don't forget your push to talk.
Yeah, the push to talk. Yeah. That was a good race. I think I had a pretty good start. I was happy with that.
I was telling Oleg before the race, I thought you were one of the wild cards to watch just because you'd been putting in some laps, and as long as nobody took you out, I thought you were getting pretty close to the top there.
Yeah, I think again, I think I made up one spot on the start, and then P-Man hit a wall a few laps in. And then, who finished behind me? Kilo. He was starting to track me down the last few laps, so I just told myself I'm just going to drive my race. The pace doesn't matter. It's really hard to pass, and I just held on to it. So I'm happy with P4 on that for sure.
Yeah, it was definitely a good one. What do you think is going to happen with the reverse grid? Because we're just reversing 15.
Which at this point, pretty much everybody.
Which is, yeah. So
yeah.
I had pretty good come to Jesus meeting with everyone pre-start. Was the start a wreck on this one? I thought it was actually pretty good.
No, there was some really
there was an incident, but I don't think it was. Oleg and I were actually talking about it. It seemed that everybody was actually kind of taking the caution and patience methods or messages to heart, and we're trying to pick their way through rather than blunder through.
Yeah, so we'll see with reverse grid. You got the fast guys in the back now who know that their best chance is to make up spots early, and then hold them off. But we'll see. I don't have super high hopes, but maybe I'll be wrong.
So we got a question for you from Twitch chat. Are you planning? This is from High. Are you planning to chop through the field or just take your time for the second race here?
It's a good question, and I think I'm just gonna take my time. And it's really hard to force the issue here. But if someone's slow ahead of me, my goal will be to just fill up their mirrors and hopefully force them into a mistake, because I don't think I'm getting alongside anybody.
Okay, final question before we throw you back in. Who do you think is the wild card to watch in this reverse grid tonight?
I think P-Man's going to do pretty good in this reverse grid. I think I think he's going to be up top 1 or 2.
Okay. Well, I'm going to toss you back in there, but good luck in the second race. Hopefully you get the similar result to the first race.
Thank you very much. See you.
Good luck.
Okay, do we have time? We still have time to pull somebody else in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who should we pull in here?
Who's starting in first? Is it Postal?
I believe so.
Let's get Postal in here. See how he
Pulling Postal. Okay. Postal, you are in the booth. Are you in the booth? Are you there?
Yes, I am. I forgot to press to talk. Hello.
There you go. There you go. Awesome. Okay, so looks like you're on the grid. You got some points that first race. What is going to be your plan for the start of the second race here?
My only goal on this race is to get ahead of Devin and stay ahead of Devin.
Okay. What's your strategy there?
I wish I had one. Don't hit the walls. That's about it.
It seemed like everybody was giving the walls a real wide berth tonight and being maybe a little more extra cautious than they might be on other weeks.
I was trying to when my tires were getting a little slippery there at the end. The wall was getting closer and closer, but I'm just glad to make it in the top 15.
So you bring up a good point there. Tire degradation. What's that like on this track? I've heard some of the drivers talking about it's kind of punishing near the end of those 15 laps.
Yeah, when you hit those bumps at the apex of almost any turn, it's extra slippery. So yeah, you just gotta let off and hope for the best.
Awesome. Well, we're gonna hope that Red Bull gives you wings tonight, and you can get back in there and get some points. What do you think where do you think you're ending up? What's your prediction?
Ahead of Devin. That's the only thing.
Ahead of Devin. That's all you care about.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, at least you're single-minded and focused. Okay, we got 2 minutes left for the relay, so we're gonna drop you back in. But good luck for the second race.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you.
All right.
Well, we don't have time to pull somebody else in, do we?
We got 40 seconds. So you have it.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do it because he'd be okay with it. Bearded, you're in the booth.
What's up? What's up?
You ready? You ready for the reverse grid?
Oh yeah, my favorite race of the season right here. Reverse grid on this wonderful, wonderful track.
Where do you think you're ending up?
If I can make it in the points, I'm gonna be happy.
So it looks like there's 17 drivers coming in here. I think is where we're at, and we still have time. Yeah, we got a little bit here. Yeah, 17 drivers. See, I think you're gonna do fine. I think you're gonna do well.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up the pace here if I stay with quads and VKR. I ran very safe. I was running a second under my normal lap times because I had a really good cushion. So that race was very lonely, but it was a good position. Ended up on pole, third. So happy with it.
Nice. Well, good luck. We got about 45 seconds, so I'm going to drop you back in, but good luck for the second race, and maybe we'll talk again afterwards and see what kind of carnage happens.
Good luck.
Sounds good. Thank you, brother. Thanks, boys.
Okay, 30 seconds. They're ready. What is the front of the grid looking like here?
Postal,
Devin,
Nisha, UJ2K, F1, Pong, P-Man. Oh, Beezy getting in there, rejoining last minute.
nice. I was hoping he didn't get dropped there.
Jay, Ben, Kilo, Andrew, Bearded, Quaz, VKR, Min-Max, FFX. And
Nice.
me in the van.
Okay, it's about to go out. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, good lunch.
Oh, that was a
combo.
good start from Postal. Little wheel spin, and he's off. Oh, this is going to be a tight pack coming in. UJ2K is really looking kind of sandwiched in there.
Oh, somebody lost some spots.
Ooh.
Oh, Misha got out.
Whoa. I am shocked that there was no contact there. I don't see how that there possibly could have been no contact there.
I think it just threaded the needle there.
Yeah, there, but for the grace of God. Oh, this is going to be for some fun racing coming up here. Oh, looks like Min-Max had an event and dropped back a little bit. That's okay. I know he likes to try and fight his way up. It's more fun.
Let's see, who we got? This looks like a... Oh, you looks like UJ2K got the commentator's curse there.
Yeah, there's a lot of mixing up going on there. Oh, Andrew was taking a look at getting up on the inside of Ben there. Ben is really fast at getting back on the throttle after those corners. I think that's where a lot of his speed comes from. Andrew going brave, too wide almost. Yeah, it looks like he still had to drop back and back up P-Man there.
Ooh, there's some traffic jams going on now.
Yeah. Ah, but it was navigated pretty well. It doesn't look like there was too much clutter there. Well, Postal's still lap 2, sticking to the stated plan, and is ahead of Devin, so that's all that matters, right?
And Misha's bringing down their necks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Is there a little bit in back there? Oh, what happened? Looked like Boozy came to a stop for a second. And clipped the wall there. Yeah, this is going to be a busy one. There's only so many opportunities for the drivers that started the pack of the grid to try and get up to the front.
I'm gonna say Kong's pretty far up there now.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like he's about to take another spot right here if he can get, can he?
There's plenty of
Yeah,
space.
take the inside. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, well. I think the Hurricane might have knocked out his power. He is in LA. Or, in Florida. He
It's
is
like, that's pretty powerful. Yeah, okay, hope that nothing too bad happened there, Kong.
I mean, yeah, it was a good... At least it wasn't on the first lap, right?
No, that was good, and he picked a good place to just kind of hit that run out. So, correct me if I'm wrong here, but we have hit 15 drivers, which means that every single driver is going to be collecting points in this second reverse geared race.
That is correct.
Not that they won't fight hard for those extra couple of points. Like I said, a handful of points is so much better than a point.
For sure.
Man, Postal still holding on to that lead at the top, or at the third lap. They're just so limited in terms of passing opportunities here. You really have to get pretty bold to take a pass anywhere that's not intended. Ooh, that was close on UJ2K's part there. That was some nice control to keep that in place.
Oh, the 3 podium finishers are definitely putting on a show back here, too.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah.
That was fender to fender. Oh, this may be some of the best racing we're going to see tonight with these 3 trying to... Oh!
Ooh, that was a little bump by Quaz, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like everybody got their sportsmanship and just gave the spot back there. Ooh. That's bold VKR going up tight on the inside like that.
That wall was certainly close.
Yeah. Oh, is Beardy going to try and pull off this inside? Oh, those tires were smoking. Oh, with a little hand from Jay right there, it looked like. Maybe you just braked a little short.
I wonder if
But
somebody
you got
changed
yourself right back in front of Quaz. Yeah. Oh, keeping in shape there, Jay. You got this. There you go. I mean, Quaz is still right behind you, so it's not going to be too long. Yeah, we're still in a nice tight pack, though. I will say, there's nobody it looks like that's out in no man's land at this point. We're going to be racing pretty tight.
I would say Postal has one of the bigger leads.
Yeah. It's basically just practice laps for Postal, isn't it? It does feel like that sometimes. If you get either too far ahead or just too far separated sometimes in the middle of a pack on those longer tracks, it can feel like practice laps if you don't see anybody for 2, 3, 4 laps.
Well, certainly, it makes it almost harder than racing somebody, just keeping yourself sane for that long.
Mm-hmm. And the pace, keeping the pace up when there's nobody to push you and nobody to chase, that's a tricky one. That's definitely a tricky one.
Certainly. Oh, BKR took a look there. Looks like Andrew's falling back a little bit here.
If there's a foot of space between VKR and Andrew, some of those spots I couldn't see it.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, Quaz definitely came off the worst in that one.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anybody that can pick their way back up in the remaining 10 laps, though, it's Quaz.
Certainly.
And Postal still holding on to his lead. Good for him. Ooh, that was almost a move there.
Oh,
Is it a move?
Yeah, he's gonna stick.
Yeah.
BKR got in front of each other. Oh, Andrew put a late dive in there, but probably can't get the speed out of there.
Couldn't get the speed out, yeah. That was a nice attempt, though.
It does sound like Kong lost power for a second there.
Is that what happened? Did we hear in?
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, at least you're back up now. And yeah, we were kind of speculating if that's what happened to you there, Kong. So we're glad to hear it was just a momentary interruption. Yeah, of course. Oh, there was an impact. Oh, it looks like Jay gave him a little handout to get back straightened out. There we go.
Certainly helped.
Yeah, stay safe, Kong. Make sure that you got what you need. Yeah, VKR is just tight on the back of Bearded at this point.
Oop, that was bad looking. Switching to FX at that moment. I'm assuming Ben's gonna start pushing Devin soon, very soon here. How many laps? We're halfway through the race or so?
Yeah, we're about halfway. Yeah, there's still some space.
No, Kong, you actually dropped out at the perfect timing. You went just straight quietly off to the abyss.
Yeah, you couldn't have disconnected in a more graceful way, to be honest. No sarcasm. Yeah, it worked out perfect, really, for everybody but you, of course. Oh man, VKR is just getting close and closer. And this is the point that Bearded said that the tires were starting to degrade a little bit. So both Bearded and VKR are going to have to battle just have a little bit less control each corner. And like they were talking about when it unsettles over that apex there.
Oh, here we
Nah, Kong, you didn't mess anybody up. We were sorry to see you go, though. You were having a really good race there. You had some fun battles to watch.
I guess Ben's gonna be trying to put the move on.
Yeah, he's gonna start pushing up. He's definitely gonna start pushing up here. I don't even want to say anything just because I don't want to put in the commentator's skirts. This is just some great racing from Ben and Devin, though. I mean, Devin's being really defensive. Ben's being real cautious. You know, I got to give it to all the back to lab racers this week. I mean, they really are being cautious, picking their moves through. You know, I know that we all like to joke that everybody's just kind of a drunk madman at the wheel, but you know, really, there's a lot of skill being shown to get through picking these passes tonight.
And patience, especially for the last race of the season, as people try to get their last points in.
And some of these drivers could be facing a point situation where, you know, making a good pass versus a bad pass could be the difference of a place or two. And, you know, that difference of a place or two could mean the difference in zeros of prize money, because we have no prize money here back at the lab.
You're right, the difference between prize money is astronomically huge.
It is. It's orders of magnitude. Oh, Jay's coming in. You know, I gotta say, I'm just always kind of impressed at the pace that UJ2K can put on. He is racing on a keyboard and mouse, which it's just kind of inconceivable. I can barely make it around the track with a fairly upgraded wheel, so somebody being able to throw in decent times, and when I say decent, probably have a second or two on me on a keyboard and mouse. I'm just always a little impressed and more than a little bit jealous. Ooh.
Oh, there's so many position changes at this moment. I couldn't keep up with them.
Yeah, this Ben P-Man battle is still tight. You can tell Ben doesn't want to let him get too far out, but then he also doesn't want to give up too much position coming out for speed on the exits of those corners.
Yeah, we actually missed the pass too, because I believe Ben was in third, was he not?
No, P-Man was in front of Ben, I believe. I could be wrong. Like you said, there's been so many position changes, even in the last 5 minutes of this second grid race. Ooh, Andrew's getting close too.
Yeah, I think this battle for seventh's gonna get pretty hot in a minute here.
You know, the fact that Quaz is in ninth kind of shows what you were talking about earlier, that there's just so few places for people to pick through.
I think he's gone a slight bit of bad luck as well. Ooh, Andrew, I think...
Okay, so High brings up an interesting question. Is it Devin? Is it Devon? I don't know. Is it Boozy? I've heard of several different pronunciations for that. I was given no pronunciation cheat sheet. I don't know how to say half these names, and I'm okay with that because we're not getting paid. But, you know, debate in the comments. Is it Devin or Devon? Or I mean, they could just chime in and let us know.
Well, we obviously can't ask them because that'd be embarrassing at this point. You just... Ooh!
Whoa! And there was the keyboard. And that was a slide through. How Quaz must have had some spider sense on that one to shit, because he did move right there. It looked like saw UJ2K miss the break point and come through. Let's head back up to that Ben P-Man race because it looks like they're.
Ooh.
Commentator's curse again. Although the timing there was a bit suspect. Oh, what's gonna happen? This is gonna be a tight one.
Yeah, VKR is just making it look a little easy. Yeah.
You know, when VKR drives the line, he's always driving the line as though there's nobody else on track, and I mean that in a good way. It seems like it's almost effortless. Whereas, you know, some of the rest of us kind of have to jostle around and try and figure out where we can get through. It's like the line that's open is the line that he always intended to make.
Well, you know, good drivers make it look easier, right?
Yeah. Oh, looks like he might be able to punish P-Man a little bit if he can. No, not quite enough room before that next corner. Yes, there we go.
Not a good time to switch to that battle.
Or the best time if we wanted to show some actual battles.
Well, that's a good point. Well, Postal's still doing what he wanted to do this race.
Yeah, staying ahead of Dope.
Where's our bleep button?
I know, right? I know if we were going to do this more often, I might, but let's be honest, High is the person that should be in here. Ooh! That VKR P-Man battle is going to... We're going into a left-hander ahead, so yeah, so VKR is in the good spot. Oh! But he backed out!
Did.
Discretion is the better part of valor and everything. He knows that there's still 3 more laps.
Well, I think even in this position, he wins this championship quite easily.
Well, yeah, but again, you know, there's all that prize money up for grabs.
That is true. That is true.
Man, that's the other thing that strikes me about watching VKR drive. I mean, he uses every absolute centimeter of what's available in terms of the line. I mean, it's just the entire track. He uses it. And I mean, I know that's kind of a cliche, you know, you paid for the whole track, drive the whole track, but really, I mean, there's usually a good 6 inches on the outside line that VKR takes versus most other drivers. And it just gets so much more exit speed as a result.
He certainly looks a little more confident in this car than... Ooh.
Oh.
Can't really blame that on anybody, and that was just...
Yeah, I think VKR was intending to kind of slow and give that lap back, but he couldn't because there just wasn't enough time for him to get back up to speed. This is going to be an interesting battle, though. Ben and VKR for first here.
Ooh,
with Bearded coming in with a diving attempt. He wanted to poke his nose in there.
He certainly did. Not quite sure there was any room, but...
Yeah, but, you know, he's got to keep Ben on his knees if he wants to try and make a room for the pass. There's only 2 laps left. So he's got to kind of bait him into taking a defensive line that he can exploit some way. But again, Bearded said he just wanted some points, and he's getting some points.
Certainly, certainly. Quads and Jay are still in a quite tight battle here.
Mm-hmm. And Divot. Ooh, that was nice. Keep the 2-lane racing all the way through.
Mm-hmm. The question is, could the Big D keep it ahead of everybody? Yeah, he only has another 2 laps.
Yeah, there's another lap and a half, yeah. Or 2 laps.
Oh goodness, we missed the BKR's already up by 3 seconds.
Well, you know, with nobody in front of him, VKR tends to just kind of run away with the show, and that's, you know, just what happens when you're a driver that's that fast.
Certainly.
Which, you know, these kind of reverse grid races have actually got to be more fun for VKR than some of the others when he's just kind of driving by himself for 20 minutes at a stretch.
Oh, certainly, certainly. Yeah, if you have the pace, reverse grid's a lot of fun.
They aren't nerve-wracking, though.
It can be. I mean,
Yeah,
sometimes you win it, sometimes you get hit into a wall in lap 1.
And sometimes you get into the wall on the last lap, and that's almost even more fun.
Well, here's the question. Is it better to have somebody put you in a wall or put yourself into a wall in the last lap?
Oh, I'd much rather put myself into a wall. I'm very good and comfortable ethically with being mad at myself and really just giving myself almost what would resort to hate speech. I don't like unleashing that on other people so much, so I'd much rather be at my own fault. Yes, exactly. Just a three-way on Wednesday night. You know, as one does on Wednesdays. Or your anniversary or whatever. Okay, we've got a really tight race for 5, 6, 7, 8.
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah,
this
Bearded's
is
definitely trying to put the move on Ben in this last lap. I think Bearded might have the pace, but I mean,
I don't think he has
Ben
the
has
space.
the
Yeah.
position. Oh yeah, the position in this case will trump the pace, I think. Unless he can really kind of put some pressure on him and capitalize on a big mistake.
Was that 2 corners left? 3 corners, I guess.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to find the room to make this move unless he can. Well, I could be wrong right there now.
Oh, and Postal, the last lap, gives it away for the big D.
That was a rough one. It looked like Postal had a contact, trying to get back into position on that lap.
Mm-hmm. So let's see, is there any other close? Kilo? Hey, Kilo and Andrew again, battling it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Andrew looks like he's had kind of a rough race tonight on the second grid.
Mm-hmm. Certainly looks like it, doesn't it? Alright.
So what we'll do here is it looks like we're going to finish out the race. Oh. Did you get a 2K finish or just heading back to pits? So we'll wait for the supercomputer to tabulate these results, and you're going to go do that. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull somebody in the booth here. I think I'm going to pull Devin in the booth. And while you go operate the computer. Devin, you're in the booth on the stream. How's it going?
Doing great. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. That was a hell of a race.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, if I'm being honest with you, I really just wanted to get Postal in the end there.
Well, it looks like you guys were battling pretty tight all the way through, but P4, that's a good result. You had a really solid run all the way through this.
Yeah, I couldn't make it to practice on Monday, so I mean, this was my practice, so I really started to pick up pace, you know, the more and more laps I did, so that felt good.
Oh wow, you hadn't been on the track before tonight.
Nope, I hadn't even had the track downloaded, so
oh,
yeah, it's my first time.
Doubly so. Doubly
Yeah.
so. Well done.
Thank
Are you gonna miss these cars going into next week, or?
I definitely
How do
am.
you
What is next week's race? Next car?
The next car that we are doing is I believe is the AC Legends car. We've got a practice server set up so that you can try some of them out. Let me see if I can actually go and see what's going on over. Oh, you know, it doesn't look like we brought that back up. I can give you the link to that. But yeah, there's it's going to be AC Legends, so it's some kind of some more retro cars.
That's some 70s touring machines.
Yeah,
That's gonna be fun.
They'll make these things look like they were stuck to the road.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of sliding. No, but
Heck
that
yeah.
was a really good race. I don't know, I sensed it down the inside a couple times on people, and when is that, into the turn 12 or whatever? The
hairpin?
second gear. No, not the hairpin. It's there's the heavy rumble strips on the right that you can
Mhm.
touch the curve of.
Mm-hmm.
Sent it down there quite a few times and worked quite well for me. So very happy to actually get into P4 and keep up with Bearded and Ben was impressive. And
Yeah, you were having a great race. Awesome. Well, yeah, just wanted to say congratulations and thanks for racing with us.
yeah, thank you so much. It was a great season.
Awesome. Are we still waiting on those computer results, Oleg, or I imagine you
Yeah.
still got a minute, right?
It's still gonna be a little while, so just keep bringing people in because I need this the race to officially finish. To tabulate everything. So keep talking.
Postal, you're in the booth.
No.
No words, huh? Should have sent a poet.
No, it was fun.
You were on a fantastic pace there for lap after lap after lap, yeah.
Yeah, it was feeling good, and then the tires started to go, so I slowed down, and then I started getting passed, and yeah, Devin and I were going kind of right at it there at the end, and then I just spun out.
Was that a case of tire degradation? It just got to be too much in that stress on that one corner?
I think a little bit of everything. My palms are so sweaty right now. It was fun though.
Nice. Yeah, that was definitely, you had some fantastic battles leading for quite a while.
Yeah, super stoked with the results, even though I ended up at the rear right there, but pretty good for that bumpy track. I'm happy with it.
Awesome. And you so yeah, like we were saying, we're doing the AC Legends cars next season, so you're going to be doing the AC Legends cars with us, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Nice. So it looks like, yeah, Oleg's getting it put up on the stream. Yeah, so next season we're going to do AC Legends. We got Riverside Short, Fuji, which is the 1968 GP track, Donington, and then Thompson Road. So we've got a server set up that you can kind of go through and feel which one of those cars is good. There was a kind of a consensus, right, Oleg?
The 74 RSR seems like the one to drive.
There you go. Okay, well, yeah, there's your special inside news. It's the 74 RSR, that's the jam.
Nice, I love it. I'll go make a livery right now. Get ready for it.
Hell yeah, like I said, and like we were talking about before, yeah, to the people that were listening, we've got that livery channel so on the Discord, so people can show off what they're putting in before the races themselves.
Let's try to get Kilo and Andrew in at the same time, because it seems like those guys were next to each other this whole...
Doing some battles. Awesome. Well,
yeah.
Thanks for racing, Postal, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night for Thirsty Thursday.
Absolutely. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
You as well. Okay, so we're going to move who? Kilo and Andrew?
Yeah, get them both in here.
Kilo and Andrew, you guys are both in the booth.
Oh, hello all.
Hello.
Getting a little cozy and crowded in here, but we've all got our menin on.
I'm into it.
It seems like you guys...
that was a heck of a race.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I was just saying you guys seemed like you guys were pretty close to in both these races, so we figured we'd get you both.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a good race. I was Kilo kind of popped up. In that second race, I ended up kind of in no man's land, and so I wasn't really pushing, wasn't really paying attention, and then coming around the last lap in the last corner, all of a sudden he's on my radar. It's like, oh shit, better start driving.
Yeah, it was fun. I was kind of like, I was in the same kind of headspace. I'm just like, I'm just gonna do whatever. I'm just gonna try to be clean, whatever. And then next thing you know, I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna try pushing. I'm gonna try diving. Braking a little bit later. Next thing you know, Andrew like 6 seconds, 4 seconds, 2 seconds, and then I was right there. I'm like, oh. So
yeah,
I tried, but
good. Did you see? I was pretty stoked with both of these. I think I ran a clean race through and through, almost no contact, and didn't hit any walls, I'm pretty.
That wasn't how your last couple of races had gone, was it, Andrew?
No. I've been destroyed the last few races, though. I'm happy enough that is mostly kept it straight. I think a little bunch up in the carousel thing at the beginning of the second race, but otherwise that was a pretty good race, all things considered.
Yeah, I definitely bumped a few people, and I hit a wall one time barely, and it just took me out. But other than that, it was pretty good. I was really surprised actually with how clean it was, depending on how I thought the track was. Even the second race, the reverse grid was really, really good.
Yeah, one considering how sticky the walls are and how much they just suck you in. I'm impressed with the lack of carnage, at least that I saw. Maybe someone behind me, but I was impressed with it.
Yeah, it was fantastic. We were remarking several times that we were kind of surprised with how little contact there was, how much space people were given. Even drivers that generally kind of push the envelope about as far as they can were given some room tonight.
Yeah, it was nice. I think everyone just kind of knew how the track was, and just all of them played it safe, and it ended up being really well for everyone.
Nobody wanted to Austin Powers and have to
do a
basically, 5-point turn. Yeah.
Well,
that makes sense.
Now you'll give us a nice wide track on the next one, and we'll all just kill each other in turn one.
Yeah.
Well, and it's all Porsches, so we'll all slide off into the grass, and it'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
The nice thing about next month's cars is those things will be sliding for a while, so you'll have a lot of time to think about what mistake you've made.
Yeah.
Long time watching that wall come to.
Yep.
Fantastic. Well, good race, guys. We're going to throw you back in the booth there, and I think Oleg might still be working on these numbers here.
Nope, the final graphics are done.
Oh, okay, so we've got coming in the point totals. Number 1, VKR with 189 points. Quaz in second with 168. Bearded with third with 132. Ben was making a pretty good push up towards Bearded there. He's coming out with 120. And it's all pretty tight, almost all the way down to the grid. I am kind of confused how I got a point.
That's interesting.
You know, sometimes I just surprise myself with my driving skill. I don't even have to be on the track.
No, you certainly. I thought it would be my program. You certainly somehow got a point.
But yeah, that was a pretty fantastic season. I think, given some of the challenges of those tracks, I think that everybody did pretty well, and hopefully we can take some of that patience and caution going into next season and the AC Legends cars, because those things are going to slide.
Yeah, but the thing is that they slide, but they're correctable. And like I was saying, you have so much time to correct it.
To regret what you did.
Yeah, it's a little bit of both. I mean, you have time to think about it and get out of the sticky situations.
Yeah, it's you know what? I'm glad that High is going to be the one back in the booth. It's going to have to pick apart the video as it happens, because there's going to be a lot of position changes over the next month or so, or the next several weeks.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how people switch from, the newer, sharper cars to something a little older and slidier.
Yeah, and that's kind of the point when we flip back and forth between real tight handling cars and kind of the more spirited cars from month to month. It kind of switches up the grids. You don't get the same podiums every week. And it kind of exposes some benefits and flaws in different people's drivings and shakes it up.
That's certainly, yeah.
Should we go for one more interview here? Who should we pull in here? Should we pull in Quaz?
We probably should, as the only person left in the second spot. Yeah.
Let's pull him in there. Here, Quaz, you're in the booth on the stream. How's it going?
Yo, what's up, guys?
How's it going? That was a pretty spirited race there.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Yeah, a lot of traffic. It's hard to get around the cars.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of spaces for you guys to try and make anything happen in between corners.
Yeah, with how the walls interact with the cars, everything felt risky. Every time you try to do anything, it just felt like too risky. So it was really just sitting in line most of the time, waiting for people to make mistakes.
That seemed to be the common thread that kind of everybody we've talked to tonight was that, every time they went to make a move, it just seemed too risky. They knew they were going to clip the wall. They didn't want to get caught up in the traffic. And so they kind of had to patience out a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Unless you're VKR, then you find the space.
Even VKR, he still, had to get a pick through around. It was difficult for even the fastest cars to kind of make their way through there.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
So are you going to be doing the AC Legends with us next month?
Yeah, I'm planning on it.
Awesome. Have you picked a car yet?
No, not yet. Not sure yet.
Nice. Yeah, there's a couple of choices there. I know kind of gets sold as a one-horse race, but I think that there's some mix-ups that could happen there to make some good matchups throughout the season.
Yeah, now that I've done more laps with more of the cars, I feel like there's maybe it's not going to be a Porsche Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of going with then?
I think the Pantera and the other Porsche, the 906, are also pretty good. But yeah, those are good options from the RSR. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a fun, spirited season. Well, fantastic. Yeah, congratulations on tonight, and hopefully we'll see you next week with us, and we'll keep going from there.
All right, thank you guys.
Have a good night. Okay, well, we should probably wrap it up here. We've got pretty much everything going. We'll put up the sign-up sheet for the ACL Legends if it isn't already within the next couple days here. And so if there's anybody that's watching the stream that kind of wants to get in on it, you're always welcome to come by back at the lab. We've got, in addition to the Monday and Wednesday events, we've also got our Thursdays events, which are kind of more casual, no sign-up required. Just come in, do some door-to-door racing. So if you've kind of been waiting, I'm trying to come up with a good spot to get in and race against other actual real live drivers. Those Thursdays events are a great option as well. So yeah, thanks to High for popping in and kind of filling in the chat there and helping us out. And hopefully he'll be back next week, so you don't have to listen to us prattle. Get any last words of wisdom, Oleg?
No. I think next season should be fun, and it will be nice to see High back in the booth.
For sure. Well, for everybody here, thank you for watching. And if you're not watching, I hope, or if you're not racing, I hope everybody will be watching us next week. Have a good night, everybody.